Alright guys, welcome back to the third week of me going through the Stranger Things seasons, and today I'll be looking at most people's favourite, Season 3. So let's just get into it. This is once again created by the Duffer Brothers who produced with Shaun Levi, Dan Cohen and Neil Patterson. This season is set under the summer of 1985 in Hawkins. The town has now opened a Starcourt Mall, which is the centre of attention, and has resulted in smaller businesses to close due to the popularity. Joyce considers moving out at the time with her son since this is the last straw for her. However, Will starts to have problems from the upside down again, even with 11 closing the portal in the last season. The Mind Flayer also takes over Billy's mind, which results in the rest of the cast battling him. Winona Ryder returns as Joyce, Noah Schnapp returns as Will, Charlie Heaton returns as Jonathan, Billy Bobby Brown returns as Eleven, Dacre Montgomery returns as Billy, David Harbour returns as Hopper, Finn Wolfhard returns as Mike Wheeler, Gaten Matarazzo returns as Dustin Henderson, Caleb McLaughlin returns as Lucas Sinclair, Sadie Sink returns as Max Mayfield, Natalie Dyer returns as Nancy Wheeler, Joe Keery returns as Steve Harrington, Cara Bueno returns as Karen Wheeler. Not mentioned in the last video, but Priya Ferguson makes a return as Erica Sinclair, who is Lucas's little sister, who makes more of a role here, and Maya Hawke joins the cast as Robin Berkeley, who is Steve's co-worker who used to go to Hawkins High. This season had 8 episodes that were all released on July 4th, 2019. The first 2 and the last 2 episodes were directed and written by the brothers. Levi directed episodes 3 and 4. Rhea Briotowitz, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, directed episodes 5 and 6. William Bridges wrote episode 3. Kate Trefai wrote episode 4, Paul Ditcher wrote episode 5, and Curtis Gwynn wrote episode 6. Brothers confirmed the third season in August 2017, saying more seasons most likely will follow, with Ross saying at the time that he was thinking it would go up to 4 seasons, then that's it. However, Levi's comments went on to say that there will most likely be 5 seasons and that would be it. Matt Duffer's comments mostly said that they still didn't have a decision and they were gonna make it. He felt 4 seasons was too short, but then 5 was too long. Netflix's official confirmation for season 3 was in December 2017, further adding there would be 8 episodes. The year after, episode titles were revealed, along with the season being taglined as Stranger Things 3, like number 2. Writing for that season began after the second season premiered. Netflix suggested that they should have wrote this and season 4 to get them filmed back to back due to actors aging. However, the brothers and Levi decided to just focus on 1 season at a time. Levi was on to say this season would make the show less focused on Will, saying they didn't want him to go through the main anguish for the 3rd season in a row, but he would still be dealing with stuff related to it. He also said they were starting to focus on introducing new evil from the Upside Down. Harbour had come out and said the 3rd season draws elements from Fletch, with Levi and Dyer saying that the season's events are more adult, with extra comments from Dyer saying it's a lot more scary of a season to her. Earlier pitch documents originally showed that the Mind Flayer was going to actually rampage through the Hawkins 4th of July parade, but it was scrapped when the scripts further were written. It was announced in May of 2018 that Ferguson was promoted to a recurring role, and that Maya Hawke was cast as Robin and new lead described as an alternative girl. She would later on reveal that she was Steve's co-worker. Funnily enough, by September 2018, casting was yet not complete, even with filming going in for 5 months, and having 2 months left. Carmen Cooper was the cast director and said this is mostly to keep plot elements and character details more secret as they go. Mentioned filming, it began on April 23rd, 2018 at Jackson, Georgia, which was again used for the Hawkins downtown area. Starcourt Mall scenes were then filmed at a redressed mall near Georgia. Team searched for a dead or closed mall to film and found this one, which was built up in 1984. They made sure to make it look as if stores from the places would be around Indiana by 1985. Apart from Scoops Ahoy, which was fictional, all stores also had things inside of them in case they had to have characters walk around the stores. This is mostly an idea from the brothers. They also had to put up a custom built grid cloth to block sunlight from hitting the food court, so they could film night scenes during the daytime. To create the Black Void, which is essentially how Eleven shows her powers, it was filmed in a pool that was painted black and filled with an inch of water. An empty field was just filmed to use the scenes for the Hawkins Fun Fair, which coincidentally was filmed 3 weeks before a real medieval fair was used at the same location. Millie was actually spotted filming an emotional scene with stunt doubles and a child dressed in a baseball uniform at a beach in Malibu, California on September 27, 2018. Overall, the whole film was completed on November 12, 2018. Soundtrack for the season, simply called Stranger Things 3, was digitally released on June 28, 2019. Composition was once again done by Kyle Dixon and Michael Steen from the band Survive. The reason why the never-ending story scene was done was because the Duffer Brothers wanted a dramatic way to show CZ appearing in the show, while also having Gaten sing since he used to be on Broadway before doing the show. Initially they planned to use the Ent and the Ent-Wife song from The Lord of the Rings, but they were aware Amazon were developing their own series at the time, so decided to change direction. Funnily enough, every person who ended up singing the song in the show also had Broadway experience. We already knew Gaten did, Gabriel Bozzello, who plays Susie, also did, Caleb and Sadie, who also sing the song later on in the episode, also have had Broadway experience. I don't usually talk about marketing on the channel, but I want to just say this is where Netflix really cracked down on the tie-ins with other brands to bring out a lot of merch for this season and the show. So let's just run down some of the most popular. H&M, a clothing brand, offered a clothing collection which included clothing that was seen in the season, or just things that reference parts of the season. Even then, Montgomery was used as Billy in the advertising. Coca-Cola actually revived their previous drink, New Coke, from a limited time in America, specifically in the month leading up to the season's release. Even then, there was a lot more upside-down feed and vending machines put up with the flavour around the country. Baskin-Robbins, the ice cream brand, offered menu items inspired by the season prior to its release. Even then, some stores were rebranded to be their own Scoops Ahoy stores. Burger King started having a special themed upside down Whoppers, and other special editions items were also put in 11 special chains. Even they made their ketchup packets a player nose, doing a reference to the nose bleeding from 11, and had certain items advertised the 80s logos of things such as Coke. Microsoft put up an app on Windows 10 on July 8, 2019, that was their software Windows 1.0, which they introduced in 1985. It also included Easter eggs to the season. Then finally, Epic Games put in Stranger Things tie-ins into Fortnite. Netflix themselves released a video game adaptation of the season titled Stranger Things 3: The Game, which was released hours after its premiere. It was developed by Bonus XP and published by the Netflix app. Really, all it is just a retelling scene by scene of the season. The season itself did pretty well critically. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 89% based on 132 reviews, and Metacritic gave it a 72 out of 100 based on 25 reviews. A meme even arose from the season in July 2019 from the clip where Robin holds a whiteboard saying "You rule, Italian," and then also one that says "You suck, Italian" a lot more, where people just show companies or anything popular that they rule or suck, but most of the time it'll just to say that something sucks in general. Honestly, for this season, I haven't got a lot of original comments to give. I think they really knew what they were doing once again with the big success they were having. I'd say the biggest success to me was having the younger side of the cast starting to grow up a lot more. Every cast member plays their roles right as usual. I'd say especially Montgomery, who really got to play Billy a whole lot more in this season, even as the villain. One thing I do have to say though, that this isn't my favourite season like a lot of people. My favourite is still season 1, however this was still another solid season for the show. Overall I give it a 4 out of 5 or an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that was my cover on Stranger Things 3. And yeah, again, this isn't my favourite season, and season 1 is. I don't know, I felt season 1 was a bit more special with the horror type of vibe, and even then it's still tagged as a horror show to a lot of people, but I'd say around season 2 this show has just started to become a teen drama with horror elements coming through, and personally I don't mind that. I like the story, like all the things they do in Stranger Things. I like all the seasons, but I gotta admit, that was what made it special to begin with, and I can see where some people don't like the most recent seasons because of it. But yeah, I haven't got a whole lot to say this week, so yeah, I'll see you next week for the final of Stranger Things for now, and that'll obviously be covering the most recent season 4. So, I'll see you then.
With retail options for every member of the family, including the Gap.